So I'm going to talk about 3 categories that every single one of us fall in. And I say every single one of us fall in this category, in one of these categories. Say all of us. Every single one of us fall in these categories. Some of this is going to hurt. But how many of you know you can't learn how to swim in shallow water? How many of you know you got to go into the deep? You got to get out of your comfort zone. There are 3 types of people in this world. 3 types of people in this world. You have instigators, 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 instigators. You have spectators, you have spectators, and you have participants. You have participants. Your instigator. Those who like to talk about things happening, focus on problems. Those who like to talk about things happening, focus on problems. They are instigators and have no problem stirring up messes. Do you know instigators? They're always willing to throw gasoline onto any fire. They're quick to talk about the problems, but they're hardly ever compelled to search for solutions. Do you know instigators? They're individuals in this particular category do not possess right answers. However, they feel that they are qualified to point out the wrong answers. They're not qualified to answer the questions, but they're always qualified to point out the wrong answers. In other words, when everything is going right, it's good. But the moment you drop the ball, I told you. I told you. I told you it wouldn't work. I told you it wasn't real. What are you talking about? The website went down for 5 minutes. It's back up. What are you talking about? But I told you. Instigators are very unlikely to be on the inside of any major decision-making process. An instigator is never invited into a circle where major decisions are made. They are always the ones on the outside wondering and complaining about what's going on the inside. What are they talking about in that PAC team meeting? What did they talk about last night when the seniors and above? What were they talking about? How come we couldn't come? I bet it was just a bunch of mess. Do you know any instigators? They have no desire to be in the game. No desire to be in the game. No desire to be in the game. But they always want to know what's going on. An instigator is a tailgater. They're the ones, they're not even inside the game. They're on the outside of the game, close enough to hear what's going on, having a tailgate party, and they're satisfied just with a tailgate party. How many of you know instigators? They are not interested in actually seeing what's going on, but they always are close enough to hear the noise. Do you know any instigators? Every one of us will fall in these 3 categories at every moment of our life. You're one of them all the time. You're one of these all the time. And then you have your spectators. Spectators actually see and they actually will witness the game. Dave, that means there's spectators in this room right now. See, instigators, they're not here. They're online looking at the photos that you're posting. An instigator is at home right now, paying attention to everything that's going on, ready to comment on anything that looks bad. They are ready, prepared to send negative news. See, a spectator, these are the sneaky ones. These are the ones that are in the room right now, but we can't figure out who you are sometimes. See, a spectator, they're willing to come to see the game firsthand. They actually want to see it with their own eyes. Some of you invested money to be here just to spectate. That blows my mind. That blows my mind. That you only came to have an opinion. A spectator, my friends, they can be very opinionated and sometimes even abusive. Do you know any spectators? Spectators come to see two things. They come to see someone win, and they come to see someone lose. They want to see someone win or someone lose. There's no in between. That's the only reason the spectator will come. I really want you to get this in your gut. Although they claim to be loyal, spectators are known to turn on their own team in a split second. And he says he's a leader. He's not doing what he preaches. I told you he was normal just like everyone else. I told you I was normal just like everybody else. I told you I don't trust me. I told you that I surround myself around the thinking that outthinks me. I don't even trust my own thinking. So I surround myself around the thinking that outthinks me. See, I'm smart enough to know that I don't know everything. See, I believe that it takes teamwork to make the dream work. And I wouldn't be who I am or what I am if I didn't surround myself around leaders who pour into me. So I'm not walking and talking and breathing my thinking. I'm walking and talking and breathing our thinking. I feel sorry for the person who is only subject to their own thinking. Say ouch. Although they claim to be loyal, I'm going to say this again, spectators are known to turn on you on the drop of a dime. They are very emotional and quick to react. Do you know spectators? Even though in most cases they are not qualified to participate in the game, they are quick to criticize and judge the participants that are in the game. Spectators need supervision. You got to have security around you when you come to these places. See, some of you will go to baseball games ready to throw things on the field. A field that you're not even qualified to be on. Say ouch. See, a spectator only comes to see. And you know what's crazy is? It's the spectators who are telling the instigators what's going on. Who are you ready to text during lunch and say, oh girl, if you only knew the real thing. I seen so-and-so's wife walking around. She ain't everything you think she is, girl. She didn't even wash her hands in the restroom. If she was a leader, she'd wash her hands. And then you have the participators. See, these are 5%ers who actually make things happen. These are the ones who are willing to get in the game. They are the ones that are on the field participating. Unlike instigators and spectators, 90% of a participator's effort is dedicated to the preparation of the game. See, 90% of everything that who we are was preparing for this event. This is 10%. This is only 10%. Spectators and instigators, they only focus on what looks like the big game, but really and truly, this is only 10%. This has been in preparation mode for months and months and months, and all you had to do is show up, but we've been busting our ass behind the scenes promoting and building and doing what it takes to lead people and get you here. That's a participator. Let's go. Let's go. Who's ready? Let's go. See, I believe in life you will have what you say. I believe in life, my favorite book says that speak those things that be not as though they were. See, I believe that we have the power of life and death in the tongue. I believe that you literally can speak life into your situation. I am a walking, talking example that you have to get out of your shell and you have to get uncomfortable and stop worrying about the people who are sitting next to you. Stop worrying about the people that you're constantly surrounding yourself around. And regardless of who's around you, at any time and any opportunity, if you have the opportunity to say increase, you don't care who's next to you because you're going to call it forth in your life. Say increase! Say increase! Come on. People ask me, Johnny, why do you do that? First of all, I'm probably crazy. And number two is, see, I understand that your voice is 10 times more powerful than my voice when speaking to you. So I can sit up here and say all day, you should have increase in your life. But when you say it, when it actually comes out of your mouth, your heart, your gut, the very nature of who you are, and you're speaking those words into yourself. See, I understand that it's more powerful than when you say it than when I say it to you. So when I say increase, all I'm saying is I want you to prophesy into your future. How many of you understand that it is possible to have increase? I mean, do you seriously believe that you deserve increase? I mean, that is the first battle that you have to overcome, is to actually accept and believe within that there is a possibility and there's room for increase. See, when a child is born understanding increase. Only when we interrupt what God put in place, because humans, we interrupt the process and interrupt and negate what God put in place, because a child doesn't understand anything else but to increase. My son, Honor, who's 2 years old, he didn't go to my oldest daughter for a consultation. He didn't need a life coach to learn how to crawl. He didn't have to invest a lot of money and then go to crazy seminars that have nothing to do with anything that's a part of the process of where you're going to learn how to walk. He went to someone who was qualified and literally looked and said, if she can do it, me too. If he can do it, me too. See, it's a me too attitude, but it's understanding that increase is a part of your life. It has never left you. If I go to a child right now and I ask a child, what do you want to be when you grow up? No child from the age of 2 to maybe 7, they won't say, I want to try to be a doctor. They'll look you square in the eyes and they'll say, I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be an astronaut. I'm going to be an actor. I'm going to be a professional athlete. It's only when we teach them the word but, when we teach them the word try. That is nothing that God put inside of you. God never told you to say the word try. I didn't try to become an IMD. We did it. I didn't try to come to Denver. I'm here. I didn't try to be in the top 10. We did it. See, here's the problem. Many of you are saying what you want in life. You're professing it, and that sounds good, and it feels good. But the question is, will you participate in your own declaration. I want to let that sit in for a second. Will you participate? I want to be the next director on stage. You said that at the last event. Did you participate in what you said? Come on. Preach it to us. You say you want to move up in rank. Did you participate? See, it's very easy to say what you want. It's very easy to say and try to convince me what you want, but the question is, will you actually participate in the very words that are coming out of your mouth? See, that would be like me going to my wife and saying, baby, I love you, but. Do you really think she heard the word love? She heard a setup. See, some of you psychologically, even individually within yourself, you set yourself up. I want to be an IMD! But, and the but was inside. Something in you caused yourself to revisit your past as if it has something to do with your future. So your past has nothing to do with your future. Where you come from doesn't have to dictate where you're going. Can I get a Honolulu? See, who we are and where we've been, it creates our personality. It creates the definition of what we are from the inside out, but it doesn't have to determine where I'm going. Am I making sense? Don't consult your past to determine your future. Say it within your gut, within your heart, within your spirit, and don't say but. Get off your butts. Leave your butts. Cancel your butts. Say increase. Stay there. Stay there right now. Stay there throughout the entire weekend. Stay in your zone.